they're not going to be a doormat for long. This whole division, if Sam, if Matthew Stafford stays, this whole division is still going to be a powerhouse next year. It's not going to go away. And all these boys got this.
And the AFC East is garbage.
And so,
So yeah.
So y'all see this Joe there? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Sam Darnold is playing with a big dog. I mean, like,
well, that's why I feel he should win more, not even just like, the division standpoint, but just, I guess if you're looking from a narrative standpoint, it's gonna look quote unquote worse for Sam to lose to Drake than it is for Drake to lose to Sam.
I agree with that. You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let me tell you something. We can really change this subject right now to Drake May. But before I do, I want to give a short introduction about Drake May. Number one, when I met King Safe, because I consider King Safe my friend now. So when I met him, one of the biggest things I was talking about is how everybody was sleeping on Drake May. I literally was telling everybody, look, this guy can play. And Kay, I learned that Drake May was going to be a good player when I watched him play Buffalo 2 years ago in Buffalo. I was saying to myself, now Buffalo was whooping their ass, but I'm looking at Drake May and Drake May only because I hadn't seen him play. I didn't watch him in college. I wanted to see just Drake May. And I'm watching this guy get his ass whooped like literally up and down the field. And Drake May is balling. I mean, he's throwing the ball, he's running the ball. He's trying to, what I call it is Mahomes the game. Like, I'm going to just do this by myself because we suck. But he wasn't able to do it. But still, I could see he can play. And that's just something I can't stand about. And guys, panel, audience, y'all listen up. When y'all watching players or watching teams, if you just get out your head, out your ass, and don't give a damn about if your team is going to win or not, and watch players play. In other words, forget about he's with the other team. Forget about he's your enemy. Let me see if he can play. Like I'll give y'all a perfect example of what I'm talking about. When I watched Justin Herbert first time play against Mahomes, the first thing I noticed, I said, this goddamn dude can play. He can throw the ball. He can play quarterback. I'm watching him make plays, and I'm like, this guy, Justin Herbert, I got to watch him because he can play. Like every single team I always watch my team play, I'm watching the other team, and I'm saying to myself, this guy can play. C.J. Stroud had one of the worst games ever. To this day, it blows my mind how people think that he cannot be an NFL quarterback. Like he can't get better. Like you can get better. You're either going to learn from this or you're going to fold from this. It's one or two things. Houston should be happy as hell that C.J. Stroud had that game because now he has no choice but to get better. And everybody in the world knows he has to get better. Look at the Eagles. And this is no T-block. This is a straight fact. The Eagles done had Jalen Hurts for what? 5 years now? 5 years? There's no way a 5-year quarterback should regress. I don't give a shit what the old offense coordinator is. The quarterback himself should be getting better. And let me help you out. Jalen Hurts has to get better. And what I mean by that is, it's not how you produce on the field. We get that. We talking about footwork. We talking about pocket presence. We talking about accuracy. We talking about all being able to throw every single route as a quarterback. So no defense can say, I can do this to him or I can do that to him. No. He can throw every single route. That is what I call getting better. Y'all see when Sam Darnold throw that ball sometimes? It's on a dime. Like, whoo, I'm like, well, that boy can throw. I mean, it is what it is. Drake May, on the other hand, his pocket presence, he has to get better. And he has to get better now. Because he's going to play a big game, one of the biggest games of his career. And his pocket presence, and what I mean by that is, so y'all, for those who don't know, when a quarterback is in the pocket, he has to be aware of what is coming at him, what he see downfield, and he has to protect that ball with two hands. And in other words, I got a clock in my head. I got this many seconds. I'm in the pocket. I'm looking down the field. It's not there. It's not there. It's not there. I move that ball closer to me, and I start to move my feet to avoid. Tom Brady was a master at it. Like, just move your body to this or move it and throw the ball, or get the hell out the pocket and go take off running. Either way it go, he has to get better with that. But this is just his second year. Now, it's just his second year, so I'm going to give him a little break on that, because you have to get better at it. If you can't see that a player can play, regardless if he's with another team or not, then something's wrong with you as a person, because you don't love the game. You just love that team. You don't love the game. Like, let's be honest. We can sit and argue about players all damn day on this show, on another panel, and this, and that. And most of the time, we just dogging one player to make another player look better. I mean, it's just crazy. But the truth of the matter is, all these guys can play. But some of these guys can play a little bit better than others. So when I see a second-year quarterback make it to the Super Bowl, and first thing I say is, oh, well, it's his defense. Oh, well, it's this. Like, he didn't have shit to do with it. Like, he has great receivers. I mean, if you don't, well, okay, let me ask you a question, since that's the logic like some of you guys use. But he has a great receiver. What if he can't throw the ball to that damn receiver? What if his offensive line, it's not like that he just says, I'm going to throw to this receiver. I've heard people say, Mahomes wasn't shit without Tyreek Hill. Are you insane? Like, I mean, like you're not looking at the player. Josh Allen don't never have no receivers. God bless his soul. I think he had one number one receiver his whole career. But Josh Allen can still throw the ball. Like, I mean, you guys got to see that before you can truly judge these people. And that's why we dog people like Sam Darnold. But Drake May, on the other hand, we dog him too, because we dog him mainly because it's his second year. He don't supposed to be there. Is he MVP? No. But shit, should he be talked about as an MVP? Yes. He had that kind of season. Is that going to make him a superstar quarterback elite? I think it will, but it may not. It may not, because how you perform in a big game is going to be important on how people judge you, period. If Drake May go his shit to bed in this Super Bowl, that doesn't mean anything to him. To Sam Darnold, it does. But to Drake May, it doesn't. He still got another year that he can perfect his craft, do this, all these different things. So I'm going to ask the ladies first. Ladies first, guys. I'm going to ask the ladies first. If Drake May loses this Super Bowl in horrible fashion, does it affect his legacy? Either one of y'all can go first.
Absolutely not.
I like that, Brian. I like that. Why you say that?
It's just the beginning of his career. He's made it there. Great. He's gonna learn. He needs to lose this game so he can learn from it, and he's about to be a problem after this. Second year, you lose in a Super Bowl, like, you about to go off.
No, go ahead, Jones.
I agree with Bree. I feel like, if, no offense, but like, if you understand what you're watching and if you understand football, no, it shouldn't affect the narrative. But if we're talking about media wise, hell yeah, they're gonna not crucify him, but yeah, they're gonna talk bad about him if he loses, just because that whole easy schedule narrative, and everybody can finally hang their I told you hat, and so he'll be basically starting from square one next year, because it's gonna be like, oh well, you only got as far as you did last year because of the schedule,
And that's it's coming if they lose. That's what they're gonna say. King say, what do you think about this? Your boy Drake May.
I told you AFC. Remember when the AFC Championship? You asked me, you're like, "Yo, bro, if your boy doesn't make it, you shouldn't be mad." I was like, "Swag, I disagree, because we're so close. It's right there." But like the ladies are right. I mean, it kind of won't affect his legacy because of the fact that it's his second year there. If it was his fifth year there would have been an issue. Plus, he has about 7 to 10 years to learn his craft. You know what I mean? But it's hard to get back. That's all I'm gonna say. It's very hard to get back.
Mr. Corey, you're a Miami fan, so I definitely want to hear from you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Matter of fact, Mr. Corey, this is one time I'm not gonna even cut you off. I want to hear from you. Tell me what you think about it. Tell me what you think. Does this affect Drake May legacy at all?
If he doesn't win, no. It shouldn't, because he's going to have more shots at it. He has a lot of chances, man. Second year. Anybody, I mean, ain't nobody out there saying Joe Burrow's terrible because he didn't win right away, right?
That's true.
Absolutely true. Ain't nobody holding that loss to the Rams against Joe Burrow. At the end of his career, when it comes Hall of Fame voting time, someone might make a big issue. But I'm here to tell you, ain't nobody holding that against Joe Burrow right now, so they shouldn't do anything to Drake May either if he doesn't win. I also believe, after everything I've seen, that Seattle is probably the better team at just about everything, but the Patriots are luckier than them, and good luck is important, and they're going to win this game by 30. So that's what I got for you. I have no reason. I can't give you a single fact as to why New England's going to win this game, but I think they're going to win by 30, and it's just how it's going to go.
You know what?
I have no reason for that. You ask me why, I can't even tell you. Sometimes you just have a feeling about a game, and I'm telling you, they're winning by 30.
Okay, look, Mr. Corey, you know you'll be front and center if that happens, right? You know you'll be front.
Man,
I mean, I'm gonna hold you to that one, but that's all right, Mr. Corey.
All right.
Funny. Jeff, what you got on this, man? Does this affect Drake May legacy?
Nah, I don't believe it does. He's got a bright future ahead of him. He's got great coaching, and I just don't see that this should deter his credibility in any way.
It's funny thing. It's funny you should say the things that everybody. I'm gonna go on and say I know for a fact. K, I gotta hear what you gotta say because K is a Buffalo fan. I mean, like, yeah, this is. I gotta hear what you gotta say. You and King have been going at it all year. Now I want to see if you're gonna say this is what about Drake May? Does it affect his legacy? Does it affect his legacy?
No, it's not. It doesn't affect his bum legacy, even though he's already a bum. No, it doesn't. He's a second year, just like Mr. Corey said with Joe Burrow. But I know one thing. If he loses, you better hope he don't get that Joe Burrow type of effect. Because we've known that QBs that made the Super Bowl and never made it back, and then it doesn't go right. So you better hope you ain't got Joe Burrow part 2. But I know one thing. That bum is going to get his ass whooped. Just know that. That bum, that trash can, will get his ass whooped. But no, it's not going to affect him. He got a lot of times to make it. I think he might make it again because he's not a bad. And the Patriots are known for winning. I can't hate on that. The Patriots are known for winning. They can make it back anytime. Like anytime. It doesn't take time. It doesn't take long for him. But he's still a bum.
I love it because here's why I love it. Because first of all, K and King Save go at it because K is a Buffalo fan, King Save is a New England fan. They've been going at it all damn year. But the difference is K loves football. So you can't take nothing away from Drake. Man, I don't think it affects his legacy either. But I want to hear from anybody who do. T Block, tell me something, brother. Tell me.
About Drake May. I watched like 2-3 games of Drake May. What I watched, will it hurt his legacy? Honestly, I think it wouldn't hurt his legacy though.
See, the thing about it is, T Block. That's what I like that you come on the show. You becoming a regular person on the show. But before it's over, T Block, I'm gonna have you watching all 32 teams. You watch to see, because I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling you, not just T Block. I'm teasing T Block, but I'm just saying, guys. I'm telling you right now, I watch all 32 teams. Right. If you think I'm lying, ask Brianna, ask King. Say they talk to me on a regular basis. I watch all 32 teams.
You don't watch the UFL though.
I started watching it. Also started getting right back into it like I used to.
You're right. I do not watch the UFL, and I'm not gonna watch the UFL. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just getting you guys to understand Yeah. So, JB, hang tight. I'm gonna get you up here. Besides, y'all want to be here for the second part of this show anyway, because this is not a short show. I mean, I want to get this out of the way because there's some other things that I want to talk about as well. But Rob, talk to me, man. Tell me, does this affect Drake May legacy?
I feel like it has the potential to. It has the potential to, only because he's a second-year quarterback, right? So we all seen what happened with Russell Wilson when he was in Seattle first time around. He was a late pick, won the quarterback battle in training camp, came in with a good coaching system behind him, a good defense, and a running game, and got propelled up into the Super Bowl like status. Won, went back to back, and then lost the second one. So I'm saying it's potentially there because he's young and his career just started. It may not affect him, but it could also affect him if he has the early success like we seen Russ have, and then later in his career, maybe down the road. I'm not gonna say middle way or anything like that because that's like a reach, but like probably at the end of his career when it comes down, when it stacks up, the accolades, the early Super Bowl runs, success, but you got Vrabel up in there coaching, his butt off and everything. So it'll be crazy if it doesn't affect him because New England got lucky. They rode into the playoffs, right? Did they thing in the playoffs, and then they got that defense behind them and they got a run game behind them. So I'm looking at it like the similarities between Russ's career. I'm not comparing him to Russell Wilson. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm not tripping. I'm just saying the trajectory of their careers. Russ had early, success early in Seattle, and then towards the end of his career, especially when he left Seattle, he should have never left Seattle, but that's a story for another day. But once he got to the Giants, we've seen what that trajectory looks like. Is he washed? Isn't he washed? Does he still have an arm? Can he still play? That type of thing.
The funny thing is you're right. We can have a whole show on Russell Wilson, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna say this. I hear a lot of people on social media. We pick out one player, and we forget there's a whole team around him. In other words, there's 11 on 11. The last I checked, everybody has to do their job for one person to do their job. Like it's real crazy. In other words, I always say if you really want to just break this down, and I'm gonna take one of my favorite players. I take Mahomes. If Mahomes was on that field by himself, and he was facing 11 people, and he was by himself, although I think the little shit would do real good, but not good enough to win at all. I mean, like it's just nothing he can do about that because you need all those other players too. And you need them players doing their job to the best of their ability. One of the biggest things King Safe always talk about is their rookie offensive tackle. Their rookie offensive tackle has not panned out to be what they thought he would be. But I think, honestly, for his first year, he's done a really good job because you got to understand when you're in college and you're playing against the competition, and you're so damn good, it makes you stand out. That's what makes people draft you because you stand out above all your peers in that position. But when you get in the pros, everybody you're going against can play. Now, whether we think they can play or not, forget about that. That team hired that player or drafted that player to play. So those edge rushers that's coming off that edge, they can play. So in other words, you used to being able to do one thing in college, and then you get in the pros and say that shit don't work. They just move you out the way and just go get the quarterback. And that's why I say we should pause our judgments on players when they first start. King say, let the kid learn, let him get his feet work right. Because if you're gonna be an offensive tackle in the NFL, you better have good footwork. If you don't have good footwork, them edge rushers just gonna pass right on by you. There's nothing you can do about it. I've seen some of these edge rushers beat top tier talent and just beat them right off the line of scrimmage. It's nothing you can do because they're professionals too. So forget about.
I don't know, Swag. But I've also seen David Andrews hold Aaron Donald one on one. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm spoiled, but I've seen the basket guard. I don't know.
Oh no. I'm not saying that kid is going to make it or fail. I'm just saying I'm going to give him time to learn because after this year, he has learned a ton. He can go back to the film room and tell his trainers, I need to work on this. I need to work on this. I need to work on this. They beat me on this. They beat me. And if he's a student of the game, that works for him. That works for him. I mean, like that's how you do it. I mean, you don't come in the league now. I'm not talking like this. Just take phenoms out of it. Just take phenoms because phenoms are phenoms. They come in the league, they take you by storm, they shock your ass, and then you be like, wow, these guys are really, really great. I'm not talking about that. And even those guys need help with things too. They have to, a coach have to settle them down, calm them down. Hey, look, I need you to work on this. I need you to work on this. I need you to work on this. And it's hard to do because they're such a phenom. Now, I hate that people judge their quarterbacks or try to go get Mahomes type quarterbacks, not realizing Mahomes is a phenom. He lives and breathes winning. That's all he knows. That's all he's been around his entire life. Tom Brady was the same way. They have something inside of them that say, I want to win no matter what. I don't give a damn. Y'all would see Tom Brady on the sideline cussing everybody out. Like, you suck, you this, you that. Because he want to win. And everybody understood it. They just brushed him off like, okay, Tom, we got it. You know, we're going to do better on the next possession. Then those players like that don't exist a lot in the NFL. And it makes me sick to my freaking stomach that people try to compare players to them because you can't. Because that part inside of them is the part that other people are missing. They're missing it. They can play. They're good at what they do. But they missing that part. That part comes from inside. That has nothing to do with the talent. That's from inside. Did y'all see Mahomes throwing freaking passes down there, breaking his back against Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl that he had already lost? It was 38-9. This son was still throwing the ball like the swear to God, like the game was still close. Those are phenoms. They don't know how to lose. They don't take it very well. And I can put a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of players in that category. But we're not talking about them. We talk about the players that come in, that they're good at what they do, but they need help. Like they need to progress. They need to get better. They need to do. Y'all don't give y'all as fans, and I'm talking about people on this panel and people in the audience too. Y'all don't give them no shot. I'm gonna say, let me tell you something. I'm gonna change the subject because this is what I really, really want to talk about. Because when I go around social media and I'm listening to a lot of people dog other players from different teams just because they're not on their team. And I'm going to start with Jordan Love. Jordan Love sit on the bench, 4 years, 5 years behind Aaron Rodgers? How long was it? It was a while. I mean, it was at least 3
I think it was
years.
3.
At least 3 years, right? So Jordan Love sit on the bench watching Aaron Rodgers play a while. Right? And yet, when you see Jordan Love play, some of Aaron Rodgers is actually in him when I'm watching him play. Now, but nobody talks about this. When Jordan Love is under pressure, and I mean a lot of it, Jordan Love just throw the ball to anybody. I don't give a shit. I'm just getting it out of my hands. Like, he'll just throw the ball. I mean, in other words, I got to be smart enough to say, take the sack or throw the ball out of bounds because this play is over. But you don't see Jordan Love doing that enough, so therefore Jordan Love is not going to be a Super Bowl quarterback until he learns that. And I don't care how good his offense is, and his offense is good. I don't care how good his team is, don't matter. Until he learns that, they're not going anywhere. And how long has he been a starting quarterback now? 5 years, 4 years? How long? Y'all help me out.
2.
I believe it's like 5 years now.
It's 5?
He started in 2020.
Contract.
Jordan Love.
Yeah.
So
Contract extension or some shit like that.
Wait a minute.
I'm talking about as a starting quarterback. I'm not talking about in the league. I'm talking about as a starting quarterback. How long he's been? 4 years?
It should be 3 after Aaron Rodgers left because he did 2 with the Jets, 1 with the Steelers, so that's 3 seasons.
So Jordan Love has been a starting quarterback for 3 years.
seasons, yeah, since
So he's been in the
started in
league for 6
2022,
years, right? So this is his 3rd year. So in 2 years, max, he should be ready. Like, in other words, when I say ready, y'all look at Sam Darnold. It's been his 7th year. He's ready now. In other words, I know I'm a quarterback now. It's no ifs, ands, buts about it. When I watch film and I go play, I know I can play quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. So although we say Jordan Love is a good quarterback, which he is, Jordan Love is a good quarterback, but I can see it in him sometimes. And I'm like, no, you ain't there yet. You ain't there yet. In other words, you can't be compared to some of the guys who are there. You're not there. I don't even try to compare them, right? When I see Drake May learning the game, he's learning. I can see he's learning the game. I can see him thinking sometimes. I also can see that he smiles when he make a mistake. He shakes his head and he smiles. That's a big deal. Y'all may not think that's a big deal, but that is a big deal. Because when he shakes his head and he smiles, you know what he's saying? Can't do that no more. Can't do that no more. And when I go to that sideline and they look at me, I'm be like, I'm not going to do that again. In other words, you never see him make the same mistake twice. And when you see that, you know that you got something. Jalen Hurts T blocks. Same thing with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts needs to get a little bit more vocal. Like just a little bit more. I like his persona. I like that he's quiet and he handles pressure really good. But part of being a quarterback is saying, hey, look, motherfuckers, you guys are not doing this. You guys, I'm going to do it for you like in a Jalen Hurts way. Hey, man, I'm going to need you to do better. I'm going to need you to do better. Like, I mean, and he has to tell himself that. All these things, this is why I say you shouldn't compare quarterbacks. But we do it all the time on social media. You shouldn't compare them. They're in different spots of their career. You just heard Rob talking about Russell Wilson in the beginning of his career, Russell Wilson at the end of his career. 2 different people. 2 different people. If you have a player, forget a quarterback, but just a player. If you have a player and they don't do well, that doesn't mean that they can't play the position. That doesn't mean that they're trash. That doesn't mean, it just means that they need to get better. And why am I saying that? Because coaching matters. If you have a good coach, like some people say, oh, the players around you. No. The coaches around you too. Can you get that player to play to the best of his ability? Because if that coach, a good coach is considered somebody who can get a player to play to his ability and above his ability. That's a great coach. But until you can get that done, that person is going to suck, and sometimes it ends their career. So all I'm saying is, before we move on to the next subject, how about we give these players just a little? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Some of these players been in the league damn too long, and their ass ain't did shit. They trash. I mean, like, you can't say, you can't. I'm going to call you trash for the simple reason. If you're, let me tell you something. Don't it frustrate y'all when a player get the same injury every year? You get the same injury.
Right.
It's his hamstring. It's his hamstring. Well, damn, you get tissue issues every year. Why don't you go find somebody that say, you know what? Help me get past this. Help me get past this damn injury. Like, because I keep getting it, I got to be doing something wrong. Like, I mean, that part gets me. That makes me think that you're full of shit. Like, I mean, like that's just me. Oh, no, what do you mean? What do you mean? You have a hamstring pull again? You gonna miss a month again? Okay, is it the same damn hamstring? Because at some point you gotta realize I gotta stretch. I mean, I gotta stretch more than what normal people stretch.
I mean, can you blame the player, Swag?
Yeah, I can. You know why, Chum? You know why, Chum? I'm a grown ass man. Do you know? I've had 2 hamstring pulls, grade 3, and 1 hamstring tear, grade 1. I ain't never had a hamstring injury since. Once I felt that, Chum, I said to myself, oh, hold on, we ain't doing this no more. Now I'm talking about as a young person still playing sports. We're not doing this. How do I solve this? And I had no money. I mean, I was like, how can I solve this? I don't understand what's going on. Well, number one is you're not stretching right. You're not taking care of your muscles right. You're not doing this. You're not doing it. So I learned, right, Tom? Right? So how is it? It's not a trainer. These are tissue injuries. These are not breaks or fractures or ACL tears. You can't do nothing about that. I'm talking about tissue injuries, and it's the same injury every year. So there's no charm. That's on them. That's on them. Think about it, Chom. If you got enough money to get you through anything that you want to get through, especially physically, why wouldn't you go hire somebody to say, help me get past these tissue injuries?
And Mahomes pays like what, $1 million a year just on his body.
Yeah, at least $1 million.
That's just exercise and quality. It helps him get, throw the ball different angles and his preparation and ice tubs and that's crazy. But
is it not worth it? Because here's what you are, Chom. You're a product. Whether you want to see it that way or not, it may sound like an ugly word, but you're a product. That's what you are. You are a product to your franchise. And I got to be able to get my product on the field every Sunday. Isn't it kind of weird, Chom, that some people play every game every year and some people never play a full season?
Yeah.
Is that not weird to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can't say that it's a certain team. I'll give you an example. I think Brett Favre was the one who did it. Well, better way, I'm gonna bring up Cal Ripken. I don't know if you guys know anything about baseball, right? Cal Ripken's played what was it, JB? I know you probably know. It was like over 300 and some games or something crazy like that without missing a game.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
it was disgusting. He went so long to the point where he just broke the streak itself. He just literally walked to the audience and said, "I'm not playing today."
Right. Yeah.
21-36, 2,136 consecutive games.
That's like Mikal Bridges. It's like Mikal Bridges. He missed a game, NBA games since college. He missed games since college. Villanova.
But you see what I'm talking about, T Block. So Chump, that I'm just trying to get you to understand, as a professional sports person, a professional player of a team, whether it's football, whether it's hockey, whether it's whatever it is your responsibility to get your body right. So you know what your body's gonna go through. You already been through so many different seasons. I'm not talking about a rookie here. I'm talking about somebody who's been in the season for 3-4 years. At 3 years, you know exactly what your body is going to go through on a yearly basis. So that means I got to go hire the people to keep me on that damn field. That it's simple as that. How do I stay on the field? Because I can't produce. I'll give you an example. Y'all ever heard somebody talk about somebody's stat? This is what they'll say about their stats. Well, they would have did this if they wouldn't have. They got injured. They was out for 5 games. Well, what was the injury? Oh, hamstring pull. I give you no love for that. You can't. Go ahead, Ms. Corey.
If you look up the career of Dave Craig, he was almost never hurt, and he got punished. He was the most sacked quarterback for a long time in Seattle. Dave Craig got beat up.
Yeah,
and that was in the era where you could still beat up the quarterback, and he was never hurt. He didn't miss a whole lot of games, man. And he got
took 7 sacks.
Smacked.
Yeah, he took 7 sacks in one game. I remember watching that game.
Yeah, he could stand up.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Here's a person I want to throw at y'all. Right? Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Travis Kelce.
I was gonna say him.
Torn ACL rookie season.
Say it again now.
Torn ACL rookie season.
Torn ACL, but that's not what Swag talking about. That's not a hamstring or that's a torn ACL.
Right. I'm not talking about torn ACLs or things that are major. You can't control that. I mean, your leg fall the wrong way or this. I'm talking about Travis Kelce. I guarantee you what. I know for a fact now what. I think he missed 1 game in the COVID year, And that was the COVID when they had COVID and he got COVID or something like that. That was
No, Swag. That was the first game of 2023. He had an ankle injury, I believe.
Ankle injury. Okay, so 2023 now. So he went 2 years without an injury as a tight end.
Right. The worst thing he got was turf burn.
I mean,
that's it.
Those are the things I'm talking about. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying players don't get hurt. Players get hurt, but Jesus Christ, when you hear every single year, you look. Did McCaffrey just make it through a full season?
Yeah. Did he?
He didn't miss a game, did he?
Not. I don't think this season. No.
So
Kelsey's missed like two games besides his rookie season due to injury. 26 and rookie season, or not rookie season, but COVID year. So, he had a knee, or 23 in COVID year. He had a knee to bone bruise, COVID, or in 23, which was week 1, and then he had week 6 and COVID year that he missed, and then his rookie season. That's all he's missed due to injury.
And that's the part I'm trying to get everybody. Coach, where you at? I keep bringing you up, and you're not here. Coach is trying to come up. I'm trying to get him up. No. He's up. He's up now. He's up. So I guess what I'm saying is, we watch football, but we accept the fact that a player is hurt. Now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not talking about. I'll give you an example. Sam Darnold has been playing with an oblique injury for what, 4 weeks now? 4 weeks. Now, an oblique injury affects the quarterback a little bit different than it would affect the wide receiver. But he's still playing with that injury. And I'm going to tell you something. You can tell it ain't healed. You can tell it ain't nowhere near here. This is probably the best he had. I saw Andrew Luck at a basketball game the other night, right? Andrew Luck looked like an old man. You're like an old man. I kept asking myself, I said, Andrew Luck couldn't be 50 years old. Is Andrew Luck 50 yet? I don't think Andrew Luck is 50. That dude look like he's 60 years old.
Nah, because I'm 51, Swag. I'm 51, Swag, and I'm older than him.
He's 36.
Yeah, he's barely older than I. 1 year older than I.
Look, I swear, when I seen Andrew Luck at that game, at that basketball game, I was like, Jesus, Andrew, you look like you 60. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. Andrew Luck, I don't actually think Andrew Luck was ever healthy his entire career.
No. The dude's also looked old since he was young.
I don't think he was ever healthy his entire year.
He had one healthy season his rookie year.
I mean that's scary when you think about it, though, JB, don't you? That's crazy, huh? He retired because he couldn't get healthy. Everybody think he was playing when he said, "I can't get healthy." I mean, like, so I'm just saying to you guys, when we talking about football players, especially football players, because it's a contact sport and it's full contact all the time. It's not just contact in games, it's contact in practice. It's always contact. And you see a player every year. I can kind of write it down on my pen for some players. I can just write it down. Cornerback that used to play for the Saints, now play for the Commanders. Lattimore.
Last time, let him score.
I can already tell you Lattimore gonna have a hamstring pull next year. That's gonna keep him out 4 weeks. I can already tell you that because it's every year. I mean,
Sammy Watkins was notorious for his hamstring pulls when he started pulling them in Buffalo. He had like 2 good years. And he ran.
Swag. Swag. That's because, listen, and I respect Tim Duncan for this the most of all. Nobody knows your body like you know your body, right? So these guys keep listening to these team doctors who are paid to keep them on the field and keep going out there before they get the proper healing time and the proper rest for their injuries is why they continue to linger and hinder them season after season after season after season. Low, because a lot of people don't understand you hurt your team more when you're hurt than you are when you're playing.
I agree.
Nobody wants to lose their spot, man.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said Nico Collins. Yeah, him and Tank Dell. Just hurt all the time.
Throw Joe Burrow in there.
But here's the thing: you're gonna lose your spot. But here's the thing: if you keep
come back healthy, you get your spot back.
If you're better than him, you're better than him. Come back and take your spot back. Everybody's so afraid to work these days.
All right. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all don't know this about me, right? I know when you look at me, you're probably saying that he's lying. No, I'm not. 2 years ago, I had a stroke. 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I had a stroke. A lot of pressure, a lot of stress, a lot of things going on. But y'all check this out. So when I had the stroke, I was nothing about my body could tell you I had a stroke. It only affected my mind. Now, when it was affecting my mind, I had to get through some things that I didn't even know I had to get through. But the point I'm trying to make is, Coach had a great point when he said, nobody knows your body like you do, right? So when I'm sitting up there talking, because it affected my heart, it affected a lot of different things about me, right? And then I have doctors and these specialists telling me all these different things about my body and telling me I got to take all these different medicines. And I was looking at them like, nope. I've been through a lot of different things. I'm not taking that crap and I'm not doing this because I know my body and I know how my body is going to work. What I need to do is I need to get my ass back in the gym. I need to get my ass here, and I need to do these things here. And we'll evaluate this in 2 years, or we're going to evaluate this every single year. And if I'm wrong, then I'll listen to what you have to say. But if I'm right, you're going to listen to what I have to say, and we're going to take the plan that I want to take. And you guys think that you can't do that about your body? Well, guess what? I'm living, breathing proof that you can do that about your body, because Coach Common can tell you, I'm in the gym every day. So, and they can't say anything because now everything I said was true. So when I tell you, Chum, these players, they know their body. Some of them you have to take in consideration. Some of them, they don't handle. Some of them, Coach can tell you, some of them don't handle pain well, and then some of them just lazy as shit and don't want to work. It's simple as that. I'm here now. I'm gonna get paid regardless. What's the kid name that went from Green Bay, Jair Alexander, to Baltimore?
Yeah.
All that talent. Lazy that just would not take care of his body.
Like a bench warmer.
I mean, he wouldn't take care of his body, like for real. Y'all think y'all thought what do you guys right there, JB? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's for the squares, the Super Bowl squares. We're doing this year.
I want you to go ahead and tell y'all real quick. Let JB tell y'all about the Super Bowl squares they doing.
Yeah, we're doing the Super Bowl squares going by donations. With tTHE, everybody needs to make sure, especially is one thing if you guys want to talk about, like, monies or something, just make sure you use the word donations. They're gonna hit you with a big old strike. Anyways, yeah, we're doing boxes, squares, the Super Bowl squares for the Super Bowl this year. You guys can inquire with A Trainer I, enter in with A Trainer I, even common, anybody with NMP. But if you guys haven't played squares, you guys played squares before? It's been a hot minute since I played squares.
How do you play?
Bro, it's been so long. Common.
Yo.
Pick a square and pray.
Squares, bro. I haven't played squares for 3 years, bro.
You're going to pick a box, whether it's a score. You're going to pick a box for a score, whether it's the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, whether it'll be team total, game total, half total, quarter total. The boxes will be made out, and then you just fill out which one you want.
Y'all, look, let me tell y'all something. I don't know nothing about them damn squares.
Yeah, Frisbo. Yeah, payouts on numbers per quarter square.
I just asked Frisbo to come up because Frisbo know it.
Yeah.
Frisbo.
I'm about to say. A-Train setting the squares up, so I don't know if he's doing them per quarter, per half. You know.
I know we said something. You guys talking about doing
That's
half
why
and
I
half.
named all of them, because I've seen different squares for different things.
So you pay $10 to put in a particular square, and if that scores in that quarter, you win.
All I know is if it's 7-7.
Yeah, it's typically goes. I mean, I don't know if I don't know how they're doing theirs, but typically squares go. It's whatever the score is at the end of each quarter.
Hey, we're paying out half at half and end the game, so you get to halves and end. Yeah.
Okay, so basically at the halftime, whatever the score is, you take that top row. You say the Patriots are on the left and the Seahawks are up top. So if the score is 28-19 at the end of the halftime, whoever has the 8 part in Seattle and whoever has the 9 part in New England, that's who the payouts go to.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Swag?
Yeah, A-Train's got all that. He's got the boxes. I'm just, if you guys didn't want to enter in either way, like I said, I'll just pass them on to A-Train because A-Train's keeping track of them. I will have a counter as well, but A-Train's the game guy. I'm just advertising.
You the ad man. Good job, man.
Yeah, I'm the ad man.
I need to share it with y'all. Y'all need to go check out my boy Namu podcast.
Yeah, you should.
Y'all to get involved in the squares and everything that they're doing over there, because that's some good stuff right there.
Hey, Swag, I got something here.
Huh?
Are you okay if I go for a minute?
Go ahead.
Okay, as always, I only have a certain amount of time, so I got to go. But if you let me, I put out like a 2-minute history lesson for some people. Is that okay with you?
Yes, sir, Mr. Corey. Go ahead.
Oh, and you know what I'm going to say, Kingsley. Okay, so there's the guy out there, and his name's Bill Walsh, and he took over the San Francisco 49ers, and they were garbage. And he completely turned that franchise around. Bill Walsh turned it around. They won the Super Bowl. They beat Dan Marino. They beat John Elway. They beat Esiason. They beat Ken Anderson. They were unstoppable in every Super Bowl they made. The entire league picked up his offense, the West Coast offense that he helped create. Everyone in the league uses some form of the West Coast offense. Almost all of college did it for a while. All he did was win. Bill Walsh was a great coach. He won and he won and he won, and the people underneath him won. And then he retired, and he had to wait 4 years to get into the Hall of Fame, so Bill Belichick can shut up. Shut up. 4 years for Bill Walsh, okay?
Thank you.
And he did everything. He was a great coach, undefeated in the Super Bowl, beat Elway, beat Marino, invented a new offense that Bill Belichick used, by the way. And you could just shut up about not getting in the Hall of Fame first ballot. He had to wait 4 years, and he's Bill Walsh. Shula, Chuck Noll, Landry, only first ballot Hall of Famers ever for being a coach. And they shouldn't have, any of them, even my guy Shula, shouldn't have been first ballot because the Hall of Fame should be for players, not coaches. Thank you.
I'm about to say Lombardi and Curly LeBeau were also first ballot.
Oh, yeah. We forgot about Lombardi. My bad. So anyway, I just had to get that out there because I'm tired of them Belichick people, man. He's going to get in. First ballot or not, so what? You know he's getting in. He had to wait 49 years for his girlfriend to be born. Come on, man.
Nah, listen. Hey, Swag.
Hold on, let me add this real close. I'm going to add one more thing. Brianna, you asked me a question on the show the other day, you said, should they go back and change their mind, or like Dan Olowski said, like go back and realize how the uproar, and you guys should go back and make this thing right. Hell no.
No.
I would say hell no.
No.
Hell no. Hey, Swag, let me tell you something.
Thanks, Swag. I'm out, buddy. See ya.
Hey, Swag, let me tell you something. They changed the rule to specifically keep T.O. out. They literally changed the rules. They changed the criteria specifically to keep T.O. out. Specifically to keep T.O. out. And now everybody's in an uproar about Bill Belichick because he didn't get in the first time. Because he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Well, we'll see. Y'all will see the rule you changed it to, right? Because see, the rule was for the Hall of Fame, and I saw this watching Shannon Sharp, a clip of Shannon Ocho, that the rule was nothing you did off the field could hinder you from getting in the Hall of Fame. It was about what you did on the field only. They changed the rule to what you do on the sideline, what you do on the locker room, what you do in the street. They changed the rule to say that those things can now affect your eligibility affect your acceptance into the Hall of Fame. So hold on. If I'm not mistaken, now don't get me wrong, I know Deflategate's a bunch of malarkey because I'm a firm believer in it. But regardless of whom or what, don't you got 3 asterisks by your name because you was caught cheating 3 times? Don't you got 3 investigations? Ain't that what you did on the sideline? Ain't that what you did off the field? So that would affect your acceptance into the Hall of Fame. Y'all ain't had no problem. They ain't had no problem with changing the rule for T.O. And I ain't hear no uproar like this when T.O. got passed up. Torrey Holt still not in the Hall of Fame. Roger Craig still not in the Hall of Fame. Your man, like you say all the time, Lester Hayes still not in the Hall of Fame. But everybody's in an uproar about Bill fucking Belichick. Man, fuck Bill. Bill be all right.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, Swag, I got a question real quick, man, because I'm not really familiar enough with the process for selecting people into the Hall of Fame and whatnot and what all goes into it. But I heard Mr. Corey say earlier that it's more for players, not coaches, but they do let coaches in. So the only question I'm really having is, why is it so hard for coaches to get in if they're letting coaches in?
It's actually easier for coaches to get in my opinion. In the sense of you don't have to wait 5 years. You only got 2 years, or the next year you got accessibility to go into it.
Yeah, especially since they changed the rule now. Like they only have to wait a year after they retire to be eligible, and now they have a whole nother category. Because with all those other coaches that were named before, they were in the same category as players. Now they have a specific category just for coaches, contributors, and the seniors. You know what I mean?
I understand. I understand that, and I understand what Not Move said. Is it's you can get in quicker and whatnot, but still there should be a standard. Like, okay, if we're letting people in and we do have this category for coaches, then they should have their own bar on what's easily recognizable versus what's shifty. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm just kind of confused on the whole Belichick thing because I would consider him probably one of the most accomplished coaches in the sport.
You know what? You're right.
Hey, hold on, Frisbo. Nobody denying that. Nobody denying that he's probably one of the most accomplished. Nobody denying that. However, when you change the rule to keep T.O. out, saying that what you do off the field, what you do on the sideline, what you do this, that, and the third can affect your eligibility, can affect your acceptance into the Hall of Fame. When you change that criteria, then just what? Everybody falls under it, not just the players. So if a coach got some bullshit on his shit, and a couple of writers say, you know what, because of that bullshit, I'm not voting for it, then so be it. I don't see what the uproar is about. It wasn't no, like I said, it wasn't as much uproar when they changed the rule specifically to keep T.O. out.
And it's like this. If there's so much uproar to allow it, I get it. He's accomplished, with Tom Brady for 20 years. He was accomplished with Tom Brady. But I mean, if Tom, Drew never got hurt, we ain't even having these conversations because Belichick wouldn't even be on his way to the Hall of Fame. Brady was never there. But I don't want to play this. What I'm saying is Belichick, bro, has years, and there's only 5 coaches that have ever been first-time Hall of Fame ballots as a coach to get in. And if you put his name up with theirs, I'm sorry, but with or without the asterisks of cheating or not, he doesn't meet the criteria of a first-time Hall of Fame ballot.
I want to share something with y'all. Maybe y'all know, maybe y'all don't. Some of y'all may already know. I want to talk about the T.O. incident for 1 minute. I want y'all to get with me on this. Now, y'all saw T.O. do a lot of shit. He did a lot of crazy antics when he was in the football, playing football and after football, right? And I always said T.O. was an acquired taste. Some of the stuff that he did, it's not necessarily, I didn't condone it, but some of the stuff that he did was warranted. But he went about it the right way. Went about it the wrong way. I'm sorry. So let's talk about what he did in Philadelphia. When he had to hold out, and everybody was at his house with the cameras, and he was working out, and y'all thought he was crazy. But here's the thing about it that I can't stand about when we hear stuff in the media. Did y'all really understand what happened with T.O.? When T.O. was signed by the Philadelphia Eagles, the contract that he signed was backloaded. Now, if you don't know that, I'm about to explain it to you. So T.O. realized the contract that I have signed is backloaded. And I'm talking about, Coach, it was 3-year backload. So in other words, I got to basically pay for these people for 3 years, underpaid, and my real money don't kick in until the 3rd year of that contract, which means they can release me and never pay a dime of what that contract said. Once T.O. realized that he didn't do all those things that y'all saw him do on TV, he went to Andy Reid and all the powers that be and said, hey, we got to renegotiate this thing. I don't want this contract. I'm asking you to adjust this to where I can start getting my money.
I'm sorry.
So what's it, JB?
Yeah, that's that. You should have read that contract before you signed it, bud.
Exactly.
No excuse.
I totally agree.
I love T.O., but after hearing that right there, it makes me even look at him even worse.
I'm telling you right now, this is what happened. Now, what I'm saying is
crazy.
I agree with JB. You should read that contract and know what you're doing before you sign it. But he didn't.
He gives the Eagles. I give the Eagles every reason, applaud for how you guys did. I mean, you guys didn't do anything wrong. He did. You guys put the contract there. He didn't even read over it, signed it, and then went over one day and was sitting on sideline like AJ Brown and started reading. It was like, oh shoot. This ain't happening.
That's exactly what happened. Oh shit, this is not good.
Yeah, no.
So Zay, what's going on?
What's up?
Did I say your name right, Zay?
It's Zach.
Zach, what's going on? You ever been on the show?
Nah, can I add something to what you're saying though? And I don't know if this is true. What I was hearing is he met his incentives that year, and that was a problem too. You know how you got incentives in your contract for our bonuses, and they ain't want to give him his incentives. So that was an issue too.
Well, here's the thing though. The incentives came with I'm glad you brought it up. It came with what do y'all call it when in other words, when you don't you don't do right or make the team look bad in some kind of way.
A clause.
That was a clause in this contract. Now all of this stuff was on T.O. T.O. should have read his contract, signed his contract, and his agent should have been fired for even negotiating that bullshit ass contract. But once you realize you're in that contract, you can't make an uproar to the point where you get mad because of these things. Like you can't do that. You signed that contract. But here's what I got mad at Philadelphia for. Philadelphia at that point, they could have went back to the table with T.O. and said, you know what? We kind of got you on that one. Let's adjust this. Let's adjust that because you're a great player. They didn't do that, and they didn't have to. I'm just saying they could have. But they didn't do that. The shit hit the fan, and we saw what we saw. But I said all that to say this. None of that shit should have kept T.O. from being a first ballot Hall of Famer. But it did. So since that happened, and you changed the rules for that reason, Bill Belichick can't go in. Simple as that.
And I just want to add one more point, right? Like the whole thing about the Hall of Fame is, oh, can you tell the story of the NFL, without talking about this person, right? Well, with Bill Belichick, I could argue you can't tell the story of the NFL without talking about Spygate and Deflategate, because when I first started learning about all this, if you look at those, history of the NFL videos on like YouTube and moments that you need to know, those moments always come up. So why, why can't you factor those in? You left a big stain on the NFL. You're the reason why the owners have to sign a whole contract saying like, oh yeah, we're going to play by the rules. We're going to abide by the code of conduct because your ass kept cheating.
I love it. Jeff, I want to hear Jeff. Jeff, you there? Jeff, you there? Jeff, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead. Correct. You said that's not true. Tell us what was true. What's going on?
Well, the whole incentive part wasn't true.
Go ahead.
He met his incentives. He got what he got for his incentives. It just was the fact that, like you said, he personally didn't have the knowledge told to him or himself through his agent of what he signed, and he got.
He got. That's exactly what happened. He got. I mean, look, I want everybody to understand.
And Swag, that's the problem with these guys. Sorry about that. That's the problem with these guys with trying to negotiate their own contracts with themselves. They're gonna. I'm sorry, my dog's going a little crazy here. But trying to do their own contracts and stuff. It's that fine lines that they don't pay attention to that gets them into trouble.
I totally agree, because you know why I wanted to bring this subject up. I talked to Brianna about this the other day because nobody's talking about it yet.
And see, hold on. He didn't. Here's the thing. Okay, what you said, Jeff, is kind of crazy, because you said that try to bring up the thing about these guys doing their own contracts. Do you know who his agent was? Drew Rosenhaus. Drew Rosenhaus is one of the gets his players the most money. So it wasn't him that didn't read. It wasn't him that negotiated his own contract, my guy. It was Drew Rosenhaus. Drew Rosenhaus, Tyreek Hill, all the big time players, guys that's going to get you guys money. AJ, all the wide receivers, the big time wide receivers. He always has them. That's on his agent. That's on Drew Rosenhaus and T.O.'s knowledge of T.O. just trusting him and saying, hey, T.O. trusted this guy and said, yeah, you're my agent. You work for me. Here you go. I'm going to put my John Hancock right here. And he did. And he got fucked. So it wasn't just him. We can't sit there and say that statement. You can't use that statement because there's only one guy in the league that uses himself as not an agent. He had Drew Rosenhaus his entire career for T.O.
And if you recall, I did say him and his agent. I didn't just say just him.
I know.
But he also, no matter what kind of contract you go into, do you just go off a contract and just sign it without looking over anything?
Hey, I don't personally, because I'm not going to get
nobody should. No human should.
That's on him, dog.
Common fucking sense.
He's a fucking idiot. Like literally, he's an idiot for that. Like there ain't no going about it. You can't throw the blame on your agent. You can't throw the blame on the Eagles. You can't throw the blame on nobody else, Terrell Owens, but your goddamn self.
And that's what I said.
Yeah, you got to fucking hold yourself accountable for your actions and not in the actions that you make and the actions that you do not make. And he chose to not read over and was like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm TO or whatever. That's just foolish. That's crazy.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Zach.
Can I
Go
say
ahead, Zach.
something? Now, all that about T.O. and the contract, but he kind of set the blueprint because nowadays everybody want to hold out. I want my contract done early, but the teams technically don't have to do nothing because you're under contract. But now you see everybody, I want my contract done early. So that's the way of the game now.
You know why? And I don't disagree with that. I'm gonna tell you why. And the person I'm gonna bring up is the person JB was just referring to. Is only one person does their own contract, and that's Lamar Jackson. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Lamar Jackson is the last year of his contract coming up. He needs to renegotiate right now. And here's what's funny: Baltimore just fired their coach. We know what's going on in Baltimore, and Lamar Jackson needs to renegotiate. So I'm gonna ask you guys, if y'all were a general manager right now, all you guys, what you gonna give? What you gonna give Lamar Jackson? This is Lamar Jackson.
Put this. Yeah, ask that question. Have everybody look at this picture right here while they answer this question too. Oh dang, it's kind of cut off. It's 2025 season and Lamar Jackson's 23 MVP season. Really identical numbers. It's kind of crazy. Who had a really good year? Who had a bad year? I can't tell.
So here's the thing. Now Lamar Jackson is now up for a contract. What do y'all do? If y'all was a general manager, what you gonna give Lamar? You gonna give him his money?
In 23, he had 0 game-winning drives, man. That's crazy. Aaron Rodgers had 4 last year. In comparison, Rodgers had Lamar Jackson's MVP season last year.
I mean, to me, it's a supply and demand issue. Lamar Jackson's going to get paid because there ain't a huge supply of people who could replace him.
That's a good point. Crazy boy.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I was gonna say, I feel like. Oh,
go ahead, Jones.
Oh, nothing. I was gonna say, I feel like the common misconception is that not misconception, but I feel like these GMs don't just sit at a table with the players, like just going over stats and stuff like that. Like, I really think a franchise player is just more of like a you know it if you see it type thing, and the price that you pay is more so just market price. You get what I mean? That's why they waited for Jalen Hurts to get paid before they gave him his first extension to kind of like gauge the market. That way, like, okay, Jalen Hurts got paid $65K. We can give you 65.5, you know, and call it a day. I don't think there's like a formula like, oh, you got this many touchdowns, you won this many games, so you're going to get this amount, you know?
Now here's what's funny. We talking about Lamar Jackson and we talking about all these different things, but guess what? T. Higgins money is gone. It was 1 year. It was basically a 1 year deal, spread it out to 3 years. It was just 1 year though. They can release him right now because he has no guaranteed money as we speak come June 1st. Yep. So the point I'm trying to make is if you're gonna pay, and I'm switching, I'm kind of changing it a little bit because you're gonna pay because JB's right. Look at these numbers, but you know what? Frisbo's right too. Ain't nobody out there that can replace what Lamar does. So you kind of got to pay him, but you don't have to pay T. Higgins. So what
the quarterback is who up next, really, because Sam Darnold gonna get a bag, whether you think he deserve it or not. But
Sam Darnold's gonna get the bag.
Drake May gonna get the bag, whether you think he deserve it. He's the next man. You know, it's next man up, really.
Exactly. It's not even about deserve. It's just, does this team want to keep him here, and how bad do you want to keep him here?
Well, not only that, I'll say, I mean, when I go back to the supply and demand thing, I mean, bad quarterbacks are going to get a bag just because that's what the market calls for.
Yep.
So my question is, I'm telling you guys, you the GM, do you give Lamar his money?
I mean, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
No. What else are you gonna do?
Trade him.
no, JB.
What is
You
or
either,
trade him?
you either give him his money or you trade
Or
him.
you trade him.
That's the only option. You give him his
Yeah, I
money
ain't
or
letting
you
him
trade him.
walk away.
That's
You ain't
it,
letting him
that's
walk
all.
away.
That's
You
it,
ain't,
that's
you
all.
ain't, you ain't the New York Giants.
And I bet they won't trade him.
We not about to make we're not about to start trying to make Kool-Aid into a fucking science project. This shit is real simple. This shit is real simple. You either trade them or you pay them. That's
Hey,
it. That's all.
Common, did you see this? How your quarterback last year had the same fucking statistics as Lamar Jackson did as 2023 MVP?
Yeah, I saw that when you sent it to.
Is that disgusting? Like, that's absolutely
Hold on.
disgusting.
It wouldn't be a swag show if I didn't play devil's advocate, Coach. If I didn't play devil's advocate, I gotta play devil's advocate right here. This is just a great fun thing to do. Okay, what can I get for Lamar Jackson if I trade him?
Right now, depending on the team, a whole lot.
All right, so let's just say, let me think.
I was just about to say,
what
Swag.
if I trade him to Arizona?
Oh, God dang.
I was just thinking Arizona.
Fuck that.
You're going to have to give up at least 2 firsts.
Man, they're going to have to.
2 first.
No.
Yeah. What do you mean?
No way.
Yeah.
You're nuts.
I say yeah.
No, nobody's giving up 2
But
firsts.
here's the deal. Okay? Here's the deal. We're not looking at the Baltimore Ravens with a new coach that does not know Lamar, right? We're looking at a coach that coached there while Lamar was playing already. So he knows Lamar. There is familiarity. They're going to sign him. You got to sign him.
JD, I know you got to sign him. I'm not crazy. You know.
Yeah, but what is he going to do, though? I mean, like, what are you going to do, realistically? I mean, I'm with you. I'm thinking out of it, too. But, like you got to sign him because what else are you going to do? Who else is out there? You ain't got no quarterbacks coming in the draft this year. Who's going to make a trade? You going to try to call up the fucking Chiefs or something? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Why I come at it from this point of view. If you're sitting in the draft, okay, and you're at the number 10 spot, you're trying to get to the number 1, you're easily going to give up 2 firsts to get from 10 to 1, you know? So what are you going to give up to get Lamar Jackson?
A king's ransom.
I mean, how many players have been moved up on from how many teams have moved from 10 to 1 to go grab a QB or a player like that?
I mean, you're gonna get everybody moves up from 10 to 1 to get a QB all the time. I mean, everybody else is debatable, but QB is the only position where you're going to give up the house or give up an extra than what you would have get to get your franchise guy because they're just so hard to come by.
Well, let me ask y'all this here. Okay. Arizona. Let's just say I got a number 1 and a number 2 and a number 3. Let's just keep it simple. And I want to get rid of the quarterback that I have right now, which would make sense, right?
Mahomes.
So I'm out of contract with this guy anyway. I can release him. I don't have to trade for him. I can release him. So now I'm going to say, okay, I'll take Lamar Jackson. You give me your number 1 this year, your number 2 this year, and give me your number 1 next year and your number 2 the next year. Would you do that?
I'm 1 this year, number 2 next year. Hell no.
Come on, JB, work with me here. You want to give me your number 1. I want your number 1, your number 2 for this year, and I want your number 1 and your number 2 for next year. You already got a team over there in Arizona. You just need a quarterback. I mean, like,
I mean, I don't know.
That's a lot.
Hey, yo, but if you think about it realistically, though, for a 2-time NFL player, if he doesn't demand the king's ransom, which everybody would probably agree, right? It's 2 number 1 first round picks. Then what we doing?
Hold on, does he even deserve the king's ransom? Because the king's ransom, the king would be sitting on the throne with all his treasure, and this guy ain't sitting on no throne, and he's just holding a bunch of MVPs. Hold on a
Oh,
second. Where's the
And
king?
Lamar
Where's the king
Jones
get his
too.
ransom? I want to know that because
the
I ain't
king
seen
is
him
trying to
take
get him.
over. I ain't seen a
The king
king.
that's
I
trying to
see
get him
kings taking
gonna have to
over.
get that up.
I seen kings conquering. I don't see him conquering shit. They're a fucking
Same thing
bitch.
Josh Allen deserved.
he ain't the
But it's
king.
the king's ransom because they're
Wait
gonna
a
get
minute,
a
hold
whole
on.
lot.
Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on. First of all, to sit on top of your treasure in the NFL, you need a whole team. And that's coaches and everybody. All right. We're not about to sit here and start this winning and losing is a quarterback stat. It is not. It is a team stat. Now, individually as a player, there are not 5 or 6 quarterbacks better than Lamar Jackson. So he's in the top 5. No, so he's in the top 5, right? So he's in the top 5 as far as his production, but not the team. As far as his production, he's in the top 5. So we got to stop sitting here trying to make Kool-Aid a science project when all you got to do is add sugar and water. Stop trying to make this shit a motherfucking science project and just keep it simple.
You gotta have a stir because if you don't, it ain't gonna do nothing. It's gonna have water mix
He
shit.
deserved the same thing that Josh Allen
Yo,
deserved.
JB, be quiet. but yeah, too many. See, that's the problem with football, and that's really the problem with all this analytic stuff and all this AI shit going on and all that. Everybody, they're trying to make football a science project when it's really not a science project. It's real fucking simple. It's a very simple game, to be honest. It's a very simple game.
Well, Coach, you know what, it is simple. Everything about football is simple. But I want to look. JB been rolling today. I got to keep this going. So I want to understand. I want to get you guys to understand something. Okay, let's go back to the Lamar Jackson thing. All right, so JB, listen to me closely, all right? Because you're the owner of you're now the owner of the Raiders. Okay, you're the Raiders owner. God knows you'll probably be better. And so you're the
Can I
Raiders
get a different haircut?
I mean, yeah, you need a different haircut.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. As long as I don't have to wear fucking Davis's haircut, I'm cool.
And I am the Baltimore Ravens owner. And I'm calling you for a trade. Okay? Hey, listen, I know Lamar Jackson is on his last contract. This is what I'm willing to offer. I'm willing to offer you my second round, my third year. I want your second round this year, your third round, and I want your first round next year for Lamar Jackson.
You got it. Matter of fact, I'll throw you an extra 7th in there to sweeten it up for you. All right? Because that 7th might be worth something because we ain't gonna get too far this year. So I'll just throw you the 7th this year, and we'll just reap the fucking losses next year. All right?
Hey, yo, I'm gonna tell you like this. Hey, yo, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. If the Raiders trade for a quarterback such as Lamar Jackson or draft a quarterback such as Mendoza, it ain't going to help them now one fucking bit if they do not address
1,000%.
if they do not address that abysmal fucking offensive line.
Look,
they better concentrate on that first before you even think about calling a team for a quarterback or even drafting Mendoza. Because you're going to draft Mendoza, you're going to put that abysmal ass line that Gino had to deal with, and this kid is a rookie. And what do you think he's going to do with 1.6 seconds in the fucking pocket? As soon as he drops back, somebody's in his face about to knock his head off his shoulder. What do you think he's going to do?
You got the. And I agree, but you got the guy that's back there that stood around for 20 years in a pocket that got fucking, protected by everybody that's out there helping him build that foundation. I think, especially with all that being said, I think Brady's gonna reconstruct that line, and he's gonna protect his quarterback because he knows as a quarterback what you got to do. You got to be protected. You got to protect the quarterback. Brady didn't have all those. I see. I'm just saying. I see the Raiders. They're going to start being built and in Brady's image of the New England Patriots. Just watch.
No, yeah, but here's my point though. But this is my whole thing. all right, I can agree with you. Okay, but they said Brady was going to be instrumental in the coaching hire and all. They said that. Okay, cool. But I don't give a fuck if you have not addressed that offensive line. You don't call for no trades. You don't draft no quarterback. Don't draft no quarterback on, I think I can get this guy, or I'm going to try to work out a deal to go get this guy, or I think I can draft this guy. No. Until that motherfuckers got contract that they're fucking Las Vegas Raiders, you do not draft a quarterback. And if you do, you will be you will be the Jets. You will be Cleveland.
Well, they'll just be the
Nah.
Raiders.
I disagree with that.
They're already like the Jets.
Something about Tom Brady. Now, Tom Brady's consultant, but I think people talk like he's not the GM, so he don't make the final decision.
Oh, we know that, but they definitely said though that he will have final say. Davis said that Davis is stepping back, and the GM and Tom Brady are going to have the final say so.
Okay, but I'm just saying he's not the GM, though. You have a GM.
He's going in with the GM. Bro, he's a partial owner. He overrides the GM. What do you mean?
How you going to override the GM?
He's partial owner.
Same way Jerry Jones does.
I sign your check.
Well, make him the GM then. Make him the GM then. Give him that title then.
Let me tell you something.
Give him that title.
Hey.
I'm going to share this with y'all.
Take the QB first.
Coach is right, but you're right. But what they're saying is Tom Brady is part owner of the team, so he has the right to say whatever he wants to say and do whatever he want to do. But let me just share something with y'all. I want to test the panel and I want to test the audience real quick, because I want to go to what Coach said, because I believe that the Super Bowl has a lot to do with the offensive line. Whoever protects their quarterback the best is going to win the game. It's simple as that. So I just got to say this. So you guys are out there, and we listen to social media and all the different things that people are saying about their teams and this, and that. The number one thing that you got to realize is this is one of the first times, and well, Coach, maybe you know, I don't know. This is one of the first times I ever seen two teams make the Super Bowl with basically average to below average offensive lines, and I think that's going to show in the Super Bowl. Whoever has the worst. So I'm going to say this. If y'all had to say who had the best offensive line in football right now, who would it be?
The Broncos.
That's
by number. By numbers, Broncos are like 1 or 2.
Yeah, by Broncos numbers, are number 1, I think.
Yeah, by numbers. But by allowing sacks and allowing pressures and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos are number 1. But as far as you want to say, as far as play, in my opinion, I'm going to say the Colts. It was just my injury why they fell off. It had nothing to do with the play of that offensive line.
The Eagles got the best offensive line when they healthy.
Well, the Eagles, hold on, wait a minute. Please don't come in here with that fandom. Please don't come in here with that
Broncos fan.
No,
he's a Broncos fan.
I'm just saying, when they healthy, they have one of the best offensive lines.
No, listen. That's not the same offensive line that won the Super Bowl. That's not the same line. So whether they're healthy or not, we don't know what that line is. That's not the same line.
The Eagles' offensive line is old too.
But I'm saying Lane Johnson ain't been healthy the whole year. He's a good offensive line.
He's old.
Zach, the reason why he ain't healthy is because he's 36.
Right, but the guard, but the guard is not the same. The guard the center is not the same. That's not the same offensive line.
Oh. You've seen that this year. You've seen that this year transferring between last year and this year. That team did not look nothing like the same. It didn't nothing. I don't give a fuck. Even if it was a different offensive coordinator, if you had that great of offensive line, right? Like you say, that there shouldn't have been a problem. Like it should have still ran like butter if they were that great, right?
I
mean, I said when they was 100% healthy. That's all I was saying. I didn't say they was.
Yeah, last year. You're right. Last year.
Justina, yeah, 35 years old, offensive lineman was old.
Yeah, no, listen. The line last year, yes, when healthy, was probably the number one offensive line. When I say it's not the same line, they're not the same players, my brother. It's not the same line.
Buffalo Bills also a great offensive line.
Right, so yeah, so what I'm trying to say is y'all know what y'all telling me is what I thought was true. There's nobody has a dominant offensive line in the league right now. Don't nobody have that anymore. And coach is right. The first 8 games, the close offensive line was like a monster. I mean, like for real. It had Danny Dimes looking like he was an all pro. I mean, like it's just understanding. If your team is not building their offensive and defensive line, your ass ain't going nowhere. So all this talk on TikTok, talking about this skill position and that skill position, and I don't give a shit. If you can't protect your quarterback, your ass is toast.
Hey yo, Swag. Southgate looked it up. Gentry, Austin Gentry, I think he ran for 1,200 yards. I think Southgate said 1,200. He ran for 1,200 yards. 1,000 of those 1,200 yards were after contact. 1,000 of them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, Swag. Put that into perspective, Swag. 1,000 of the 1,200, Swag.
So watch
Swag,
this.
That is over 90% of his yards were after contact.
So you know what that means, huh, Coach? He won't last in the league more than 5 years.
Not with that line. Not with that line.
Yeah, he's a pretty big dude.
I mean, y'all gotta understand something. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, Saquon Barkley wasn't being touched probably till he was 5 yards down the field. I mean, that's when you know you have an offensive line. When your quarterback can stand back there for 4 seconds without even thinking about it, that's when you know you have an offensive line. And without one, you're not going nowhere. No,
losing one of the best centers to ever play the game was a big hit to the Eagles.
I mean, that's true. So the reason I brought all this conversation up was I wanted to get y'all to understand this Super Bowl is coming down to the offensive line. I don't care what ESPN tell you. I don't care. If you can't block for those quarterbacks, let me explain something to you. If you can block for Sam Darnold, they're gonna win. It's simple as that. If you can block that, and the offensive line for the New England Patriots have been getting away with murder for this entire playoffs. They ain't did shit. The Drake may have been sacked 5 times precious. I don't even know how many times he was pressured, but he's been sacked an average of 5 times since the playoffs started. 5 times.
I ain't gonna lie though, Swag. Like week 6, week 7, don't quote me, but when the Colts came to Seattle to play Seattle, I thought that shit was going to be a cakewalk in my head, right? But you know, at the end of the day, any given Sunday, whoever is the better team shows up is going to win. I thought the O-line for the Colts played pretty damn well because I was mad as shit, throwing shit at the TV like, why we not getting that inside pressure we've been getting all season? We won that game, but when the old man River came out of retirement, I thought we was going to just dog walk them cats. That O-line came in, said, nah, our OG here, our OG here, we got to represent. Them boys actually showed up. They lost, but I got to give it to the question you asked about the O-lines right now. Definitely the Colts. But like you said, the gameplay is going to come down on the Super Bowl between Seattle and New England. X factor on both sides of those lines, for me, my humble opinion, is Campbell and Bradford. Those have been the two weakest links on both sides of that ball all season. Well, like you just mentioned, Campbell been getting smoked all season. He's a good young rookie, but he's been getting smoked. And Bradford on our side of the ball, the bull play, he's a walking penalty, I say. He shows up and then he don't show up. And then when he don't show up, he's moving the chains backward. The goal is to keep that shit moving forward.
Coach,
Yes,
who's a DT that? My bad.
Coach, have you seen Campbell yet? Have you just took your eyes and watched him? This boy got horrible footwork. I mean, like
absolutely terrible footwork. No, I'm about to tell you. I was going to say his main problem is his footwork. His kick step is fucking abysmal. His kick step is abysmal, and I'm gonna tell you. And listen, the reason he gets beat, just go watch his film. The reason he gets beat, his first step, instead of his first step on a kick step for pass blocking, instead of his first step being backwards, his first step is out.
Yes.
He goes out towards the edge rusher. Then he turns his hips parallel to the sideline. So every time he does that, all the DN does is take his napkin and tie it around his neck and go get his knife and fork because it's feeding time. He's about to eat.
Eating on him.
He's about to eat.
They've been eating on him all season, they've been saying.
And New England, their fucking right guard, I don't even know if he knows how to spell the word guard.
That's fucking hilarious.
Hey, Coach, I ain't gonna lie though, Coach. I think the same thing about Bradford on our side of the ball. Like the kid been holding up, half the season he's been in. But like I said, like I'm watching the game and I'm like, penalty holding, and they're moving the ball forward, they're moving the chain. And then this dude shows up and he's doing some lame shit, like just getting smoked and doing unnecessary shit.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing for a fact. When an offensive lineman gets a holding penalty, it's because he has cement shoes on. That's why he gets a holding penalty. An offensive lineman gets a holding penalty when he has cement shoes on. See, I don't know why these guys. Listen, if your man goes left, you go left. You don't stop and turn left. You move left. You don't turn. You don't keep your feet planted and turn your body left. No, you move left. The objective is to stay in front of the motherfucker, not on the side of him. Stay in front of him.
And I don't believe Campbell's 100% healed from that MCL.
Well, that might tie in. Well, see, here's the thing: when you say heal, and I try to tell people this, especially with linemen, when linemen have knee injury, ankle injuries, things like that, sometimes it will be physically healed, but mentally they're not healed. See,
yes, very true.
See, everybody thinks that there's just a physical side to this thing.
No, absolutely not.
It's just a physical side to getting healthy. No, a huge part of it is mental. A huge part of it is mental. And the only reason I can speak of that, because my knee got discombobulated when I played football. My knee got discombobulated. I tore everything in my knee. My kneecap moved the eighth of an inch to the left. I tore everything. Now, after the surgery and all this stuff, they said I could play football again. But guess what? But guess what didn't want to play football again? My fucking mind. Because now every time somebody went after my leg, I pull up. Before my knee got discombobulated, if you tried to cut block me, I would try to drive my knee into the ear hole of your helmet and knock your equilibrium out off and knock you out the game. That's what I would try to do. I would purposely try to drive my knee into the ear hole of your helmet if you tried to cut me. After the injury, dog, I came to a complete stop and put my hands out. When I realized that, I said, dog, I can't play anymore. Because now I'm playing not to get hurt. And when you play not to get hurt, there's only two things that are going to happen. Either you're going to get hurt or you're going to get somebody hurt. So you cannot play the game of football not to get hurt. And once I couldn't play the game of football not to get hurt no more, once getting hurt was the first thing on my mind. What if I get hurt? What if somebody hits me in my knee again? I couldn't play anymore. So I didn't recover from it mentally.
And a lot of players don't recover, especially you talking about knee, coach. That's one thing, but another one is Achilles tendon. They never recover.
No, and hamstrings either. Hamstrings either. Because
for a hamstring, you never recover. Now
listen. If you don't have in your mind, if in your mind, oh shit, I can't. This shit might pop again. This shit might pull again. I can't move like this. Oh shit, dog. You're going to be second guessing yourself. You're going to be second guessing your movements. You are now playing not to get hurt. When you start to play not to get hurt, it is time to hang up your cleats. Because
Mahomes is a different dude. He's a different type of guy. I don't think they.
Shit, Adrian Peterson, he recovered mentally. Adrian Peterson recovered mentally like a motherfucker.
I mean, so what I'm saying is, coach, and I'm trying to tell Justina this. He's just different. I mean, when some players are great players, I say phenoms. That's what I call them, phenoms. Phenoms are different. They're not gonna have the same. I'll give you an example. I saw, coach, you saw this too. Montana was hurt his back 1 year. 1 year his back, he missed almost a year because of his back.
When Banks mollywopped him.
Right. I mean, so when he came back, it took him like 3 or 4 games before he decided to want to throw because of that back. You could tell he was favoring it. But after a while, he was able to get over it. See, these guys like that are different. I mean, they just built different. I can't explain it. It's some of those guys in baseball, football, hockey, they just built different. They can get past stuff and just move on. And they end up helping other players do it too. But anyway, let me say this, guys. This was a great show.
Can I ask you something really quick on that? For the ones that are saying that Mahomes is not going to be, he may be on the field, but he's not going to be back until the 2027 season because of this injury.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear what you have to say in response to that because I hear it over and over and over again.
If you guys don't, they obviously didn't hear what I just said. Because what I'm telling y'all is, if you ain't figured it out yet, 1-5 is different. I mean, it's a different type of dude. Like, for instance, coach can tell you this, Brianna, and here's the thing that you can tell them. There's a such thing as rehab. You're rehabbing your injury, and you attack rehab. Then there's a such thing as rehabbing, and then rehabbing attacks you. So in other words, your mind is what controls that. I'm going in here to get better because I need to get back on the field. That's you attacking the rehab. But when a rehab is attacking you, you're like, man, I really don't feel like doing this today. My leg's freaking hurting. I don't know if I'm going to make it back. That's mean the rehab is attacking you. Mahomes is attacking the rehab. Once I hear that about any player and they're saying they're really working hard, they're attacking their rehab, I know they're going to be fine in here. Now, when he gets back, what you might see, especially for the first few games, is you might not see him scramble that much. He'll just throw the ball, stand in the pocket. But after a while, the adrenaline of football will get back in him, and he'll just go. And when he goes and realizes I'm all right, the rest is history. I mean, like
Mahomes will be back next year, but the real Mahomes won't be back for another year or for like two to 2 years, in my opinion. I don't think, like you're saying, Swag, I think the mental thing. That's my opinion. I don't think that you won't see a full to form running the way that he did, playing the style that he did for another year. This year, I think he's just going to get, and I could be proven wrong, and I would be happily I would be happy to be proven wrong.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
It'll be all about when he takes that first hit.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
If he takes one of them first blind side hits and he's like, shit, that was nothing. That was just like I used to take, then watch out. He's gonna be back 1,000%.
Hey, Swag. I know this. Look, I know it's not high school. Like, I know you can't do the same thing because the rules are different and stuff like that. But this is why I can only coach with certain people and at certain places. Because when I have a kid that comes back from an injury, from a serious injury, guess the first thing he's got to do? Hit.
Yeah, he got to hit.
He got to hit. He's got to hit. Yo, listen, I'm not about to find out in the game if you're ready or not. I'm going to find out on this fucking practice field. Because guess what? You're going to get hit. And I'm going to make sure you get hit because I'm going to design it for you to get hit. And I want to see how you react to it.
I hear you, Bo, but let me tell you something. They're not leaving Mahomes on the bench. Mahomes is going to play. And I disagree with JB. I think the kid is a phenom. And when I say he's a phenom,
I think he's a phenom.
I mean, I've seen enough to tell you, and phenoms think differently. And you know what? Psychologically, I agree. It's going to affect him when he first get on the field. 2 years, 1 year, no. I give it mid-season. Mid-season, Mahomes is going to be Mahomes.
He's never had any injury in his life. This is his most horrific and worst injury that he's ever had in his entire career.
I know Andy Reid won't do it.
And I'm just saying.
I know Andy Reid won't do it, but guess what? Pat, you fully healed. You got 100% bill of health. You ready to go? All right, cool. Go get in that tackle drill over there, homie.
Yeah, he probably won't do that.
No. I said, I know he won't do that. But I'm just saying, you want to find out how he's going to react? He's got to get hit. He's got to get hit. And the only way you want to do that is by, hitting him. That's the only way you want to find out how somebody's going to react is hitting them. That's it. That's it. There is no motherfucking what's that shit called? The simulators. Ain't no simulator. None of that shit. The only way you're going to find out is if you get hit. Point blank period.
I'd say Kansas City is more inclined to take their time with Mahomes than throw him right out there. I mean, this guy, like you said, he's the phenom. They ain't never had a product like that, man. You don't want to throw him out there and have something happen to him that jeopardizes the longevity of his career. So I think they'll take their time with Patrick.
Well, you don't understand. So here's the thing about taking their time. They can take their time. Patrick Mahomes don't want to take the time. In other words, this dude's want to throw a damn knee break and come back in the game. This dude is different. That's all I'm saying. He just, and JB's right. This is the first major injury he has ever got. That's true. You can't.
His other major injury, the next major injury was when his kneecap went and moved.
When his kneecap
that was it. Okay,
right.
and it was the same knee, and he's had a knee problem since high school. So he wore a brace all through college. He ditched the brace when he got to the pros. I'm saying, man.
Hey, listen. Just like Swag said, there are certain people mentally that are different, dog. They're just built different. Rod Woodson was one of those guys. He tore his ACL week 1 and played in the Super Bowl. He blew out his knee week 1. Right, Barry Sanders put the whatchamacallit on his ass and blew his knee out. Week 1. That man played in the Super Bowl, and when he deflected a pass to Michael Irvin, he started hopping on one leg, pointing at his knee to him. So people are just built different.
They just built different. I mean, look, I can't say I've been around phenoms before, but I have been around people who are built different, and they don't see it the same way we see it. And we see it as careful. This is Mahomes see it as put a knee brace on and let me go. Like
he said that after he was injured.
Let me go. I mean, like, because I don't think he even understand what fear is. Now, JB, you can tell me this. You know this, right? This dude And I know it's totally different from an ACL, LCL. I understand that. But a high ankle sprain normally keeps people out 5 weeks. That's a 5-week injury. That some bitch came back in the same game.
Yeah, but you ain't got no torn ligament.
I mean, and then when you start talking about the ligaments being torn, I get that too. But once that dude is healed, I don't think it will affect him mentally one bit.
We just have to wait and see, really.
Right.
I mean,
Like I said, this is something.
Swag.
I agree that he's built different. I agree that he's a phenomenon. All this shit. Like I totally agree with you with that. But we're seeing something that he's coming back from that he's never had. He's never had an injury. You know, he moved his knee. You know, got his kneecap moved. He was out. He was right in. He's never had major surgery. He's never had his ACL. Nothing like this. Never broke. So like we gotta, you know, in that same essence, like I have to look at it like, hey. He's never dealt with this, so if you know, I would
uncharted waters, JB. You're in uncharted
we're in
waters.
uncharted waters. You know, he's in uncharted waters, so he's never gone through this. He had, you know, and obviously his preparation, the way that he is aggressively attacking his rehabilitation, like you're saying, but that's one thing versus going into a game. You know, and like you guys are saying, getting hit and playing and running and playing the exact same way that we've seen him the last 8 years. Play the game of football, especially last year, where he was the main guy running the ball. He obviously cannot be that. He obviously isn't that, and they're going to have to make some adjustments. But you got all these weapons that he's getting. Everything's changing. You guys act like this is coming into to the same season, mid form of playing football like he was going and running through the Super Bowls. This is not. We're going through a whole new change. We're going to lose offensive linemen. We're going to gain offensive linemen. So he's got to go through, not just deal with his knee, his injury that he's never dealt with, but an offensive line that's reconstructed, different weapons and running back. The coaching's getting changed. Yeah, sure, he's played with it before, but it's different. It's different than it's been the last 3 years. So he's going to be expected to do different things. Okay, so like you guys, there's more to it than just Mahomes' knee, you guys. This is, like I said, this is not 2020. While they're in the mid form of running through the Super Bowls. Yeah, sure, just plug him right back in. He's good. You know, he can be protected. The guys went through. We don't even know if the left tackle was even going to be there.
All I say is Mahomes himself, not the changes that he got to go through. If we are expecting Mahomes himself to be back, I give him mid-season.
Yeah, see, like that's why I'm saying like almost a full year to be his complete self, because you're looking at a complete look. If he was not comfortable, and the reason that he tore his ACL last year because he's running around, he has no protection. What makes you think that after coming off an ACL injury that this guy is going to be feeling completely comfortable throwing the ball game 1 or game 6? I'm sorry, but in my opinion, I don't. He didn't trust an offense line that he practiced with all off season, all OTAs, every practice this guy was with, and he didn't trust him throughout the whole year. I'm sorry, but I don't buy it that he was week 18. He didn't even trust his offensive line. So what makes me think that a new offensive line he's going to trust? I don't buy it. They're not. He's not going to be back. I don't buy that he's going to be back until next year because there's more parts around him. Because again, it's a team sport. It ain't just on him as well. You got people that are going to be. You know what I mean? You got guys. We got to think about that.
As far as the offensive line and all that, I get that. I'm talking about Mahomes himself. Mahomes himself will play with the same confidence, with the same thrill, because he don't know no other way. That's the only way he knows how to play. And if he can't, JB, he'll retire. He has to be able to play the same way he plays. It's as simple as that. And now, let me help you out. ACL, LCL, I get it. There's a lot of players that have told us up, and they come back, and some of them be better. Like, so it just depends on the mentality of that guy, and that's what I trust, JB. I trust his mentality.
I'm about to say that. I'm about to say because I think Mahomes has the same type of grit and mentality that Ben Roethlisberger had, right? Like no matter like dog, listen, unless my arm is actually falling off, I'm going out on this field, right? Because let's not forget, Ben Roethlisberger was a hood ornament. Year 3. The year after we won the Super Bowl, he was a hood ornament. Ruptured his spleen, broke his jaw, broke his nose, had to get his pelvic, had to give his pelvic fixed or whatever. He broke his pelvis, all that crap. The man was a hood ornament, riding his motorcycle, got mollywopped by a car, and that was in year 3. I didn't see no change. I didn't see no change in the way he played mentally. And he had to get all types of body parts reconstructed.
But not his ACLs. But not his ACLs.
No, it wasn't ACL, but I'm just
So
saying.
in his game,
he
though,
had
was
major
running
surgeries.
around. Yeah, but his game, though, that's different, though, bro.
Not
You're talking
JB,
about.
I'm just talking about mentality, JB. I'm just talking about mentality.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. And that's what I'm looking at. And looking at the way that Mahomes runs around. You injure your ACL by running around the way he did. His offensive line, there's too many question marks for me to be able to sit there and say, yeah, Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to be flying through the AFC, through the NFL, or through the world.
I don't think he's expecting to come back week 1 and do all that running around. I think he's shooting for week 1 to come back, but I think he's made it clear you're going to have that O-line tight. You're going to have a running back that I can just pass it off to for most of the time until I'm 100%. I think he's made it clear, like, for me, I'm doing my part in rehab. Y'all do y'all's part so that it's not, I'm not doing all that running around.
Absolutely, Brianna. Absolutely, Brianna. I agree with you 100%.
I do totally agree, but that's you're not going to know until he goes and suits up because practice ain't, 7-on-7s is not football.
Exactly. I got a question about another quarterback that's a running quarterback. How y'all think Daniel Jones is going to rehab?
Daniel Jones ain't a running quarterback. He's a pocket passer.
No, but he can run, though. That's what I'm saying. He can run. When he was with the Giants, he did a lot of running. But what I'm saying is he got an ACL or whatever. How y'all think he going to come back and how he attacking rehab?
Same thing. But mental. Got to wait for him to get on the field. Look, there's no way to determine that until they get on the field. There's no way to determine it.
I believe these guys that we're talking about, including Jaden Daniels, Mahomes, and all these guys, and I get what JB is saying. I don't disagree with him either. I'm just telling you. And Jaden Daniels, all these guys, man, they have something in them that makes them different. And I keep trying to tell everybody this. I don't agree with a 2-year Mahomes is going to be on the bench and it's going to be 2020. That's bullshit. These guys have something about them that's different. And I've seen it not just with them, I've seen it in sports in general. Like they come back from it. Let's just talk about KD. KD was jacked up. KD still is a baller. Y'all can't stop him still. All I'm saying is some guys come back from injuries, they're different in here, so they're going to go back to how they used to be, or they're not going to play the sport no more. They're just not going to.
What happened with KD when he came back too early, though? Remember he had that Achilles?
I'm talking after his Achilles tendon tear. I'm talking when he came back from that, he was ready. I'm not talking about when he came back from the calf injury. I'm talking about when he came back from the Achilles tendon injury. I'm just saying that's the Achilles. I mean, like this supposed to slow you down. No, KD's still a fucking force. I mean,
but I think we all saying the same thing. I know what you're saying, but we just got to wait and see. I think we all saying the same thing.
Everything is wait and see. But I trust Mahomes' mentality before I trust anything. But I agree with JB. I don't want him coming back the way he don't trust his offensive line. I don't want him coming back the way you don't have a running back that can at least give your ass the thought of a running game.
Look, I'm in his division, so I don't want him to come back at all. So
I mean, a lot of people don't want him to come back. But the truth of the matter is, until you can beat him on a consistent basis, are you really gonna get the respect that you deserve?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because until that happens, everybody's gonna always put an asterisk by your name because of how he dominated. You should want him to play. You should want him to be healthy. I'm gonna say this. Have y'all ever seen the Gail Sayers movie? Have y'all ever seen that movie? When Brian Piccolo was telling Gail Sayers, I'm going to help you get healthy because I'm going to take your damn job because I want you to be 100% healthy so you don't have no excuses whatsoever. You're the only competition I have.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so
Sayers was a beast.
I mean, so when you hear stuff like that, I'm just telling everybody, I don't know how Mahomes is going to be. Don't nobody know how he's going to be. I just know that guy mentality is different from anybody. Well, he fits into that category of those guys who have a different mentality. And I know that. And nobody can't tell me any different than that. But JB's right. I saw his kneecap get moved back in place on that field. I saw that. And I also saw him walk off the field when it happens. So I'm just telling y'all he's different, and I'm gonna just stick with that. Now, as far as the team go, JB's right. I can't even say that you gotta do something. You gotta do something because the team is not what I don't want his ass coming back to a team they had last year. I don't want that. Because he cannot do all that, especially at first. But even if he could, I still don't want that. This shit, you can't be the best player on the damn team on the offense. You gotta have somebody. I mean, like, so I'm just saying I don't want that. With all that being said, y'all, thank you guys so much for being on the Swag Show this morning. It was awesome. We do this tomorrow again at 9 a.m. JB, all of those guys getting ready to go on late show and do their thing. Y'all can watch them all goddamn day. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, you should, because ain't really that much else on TikTok right now. So I'm just letting you guys know, but this your boy Swag. I appreciate all you guys, the panel, the audience. Thank you so much. Peace. I'm out.
This non-casual podcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or reused without the authorized written consent of the Not Move Podcast Network. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.